Hey guys, it's Miss Bailey, and today we're going to start a new book. And each day I'm hoping to read a chapter to you of a Junie B. Jones book. I have this one, which is called Junie B. Jones is a Graduation Girl. And even though we don't get to be at school for a real kindergarten graduation, we still have so much to celebrate. And I think this is a fun, silly way to do that. So let's get started. Junie B. Jones is a Graduation Girl by Barbara Parks. These were my favorite books when I was in school. Chapter 1, The Month of Junie. And here's your first picture. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I was named after the month of Junie, 'cause Junie is the month I was born in, of course. And wait till you hear this. Yesterday I finally had my birthday, and now I am 6 years old. That day was like magic, I tell you. 'Cause on Saturday night when I went to bed, I was only 5 years old. And the next morning, boom, I was 6. My grandma, Helen Miller, had a happy birthday party for me. She invited my mother and daddy and my grandpa, Frank Miller. Also, she invited my baby brother named Ollie. He is 7 months old. He did not add that much. I loved my party a very lot. First, I loved my chocolatey cake with white icing. Next, I loved my strawberry ice cream. Plus, also, I loved my balloons and my funny birthday hats and my happy birthday cards. But mostly, I loved my presents. I got 5 entire boxes to open, and good news, none of them was clothes. Mostly, I got toys and games. Also, I got a tool belt just my size. Plus, my grandpa Miller gave me my very own plumbing supplies to help fix the toilet. But that is not even the end of all my excitement, because that night, when Mother tucked me into bed, she reminded me that I am graduating from kindergarten on Friday. My stomach felt jumpy inside when she said that. I quit counted on my fingers. But Friday is only 5 more days, I said. I did a gulp. That event sneaked right up on us, didn't it? I said, kind of nervous. Mother hugged me. You're not worried, are you, Junie B? She asked. Graduation will be fun, I promise. And you're going to love first grade. But Polly Allen Puffer says that next year everything will be different, I said. He says that first grade won't have the same kids as room 9 does. And so all of our classmates will be weirdo strangers. Mother did a frown. No, that's not true, she said. I'm sure you'll know a lot of children in your class next year, Junie B. But even if your best friends aren't in your room, you'll still be able to play with them at recess, right? I nodded my head kind of slow. Yeah, I guess so, I said. Plus, Polly Allen Puffer says that we will be the boss of all the kindergarten kids, so that will be fun, probably. And also, he says our brains and our feet will double in size. Mother stared at me a real long time. That Polly Allen Puffer is a fountain of knowledge, she said very quiet. And after that, we talked some more about graduation in first grade. And guess what? The next day at school, my teacher talked about it even more. Her name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs., and that's all. Mrs. clapped her hands real happy. Well, this is it, boys and girls, she said. Graduation week is finally here. At 7 o'clock on Friday evening, room 8 and room 9 will have our graduation ceremony together. And of course, the children in morning kindergarten will be graduating too. So every single one of you will receive a diploma. I springed out of my chair very thrilled. A diploma! A diploma! I will love a diploma! I shouted. But just then I did a teensy frown. It's not clothes, right? I asked. A meanie boy named Jim laughed real loud. Ha! You goony bird, Jones, you don't even know what a diploma is, he said. I stamped my foot at that boy. Oh, yes, I do too, Jim, I said. I know perfectly well what it is, but I am not even the teacher here, and so I will let her explain it to the class. I sat down and smoothed my skirt. I lost my spot. There it is. Then I pointed to Mrs. Okay, go, I said. Mrs. wrinkled her eyebrows at me. As I was about to say, a diploma is a very special piece of paper. A diploma is a certificate that says you've completed part of your education. As you go through school, you'll get several diplomas, she said, but this one will be your very first. I springed up again. And guess what else, Mrs.? I am not even afraid of first grade anymore, 'cause I'll be getting big feet and big brains. Mrs. said, "Sit down," to me. Then she told us more about graduation. She said that as a treat for our families, we will be making them special graduation invitations. And so that will be our activity for the day. Yippee, I said. I love making invitations, Mrs. On account of that does not even sound like learning. After that, I clapped and clapped, and all of room 9 clapped with me, 'cause graduation week was starting off like a charm. And that is the end of chapter 1. And so tomorrow we'll read chapter 2, which is called Rhymes. So kindergarten graduation is where you walk across the stage with a fancy cap and a fancy gown on. And so any of you who have big brothers or sisters, you may have heard of graduation at the high school. And it looks a lot like that, except it's just special for you guys. And we will find some fun ways to celebrate as soon as we can get back together. So maybe today, after listening to this chapter, your activity could be to write down a fun memory that you have from this year. And a memory is something that you remember doing or seeing, something that was fun or exciting. So maybe write about something that you did this year that you just loved and you never want to forget that you did that in kindergarten. And I would love to see a picture, so send it to me. Have a great day, guys.